biohazard warning. Entering contaminated zone. Transmissions jammed. Proximity coverage only. Backup activated. System rebooted.
What's up, nation? Monday is officially over, and I hope you punched Monday and laughed in its face, because I know I did. So what's up, guys? Your man Sly here, and if you haven't noticed yet, Massive has dropped a patch to fix various bugs in the division. They also smoothed over a few issues players have been having, not to mention a few exploits, cough cough, Bullet King. So if you and the Bullet King got to know each other really well over the weekend, well, say goodbye, because he is no longer as generous as he was before. Now, there are a lot more details than just the Bullet King dropping less stuff, and I only plan to go over the important need-to-know items. But if you want to read the patch notes in their entirety, I'll put the link in the description box below, and you can browse it until you drop. So let's move on ahead and get through this, because they fixed and improved a lot of things. So most of us in the Destiny community are pretty much scared of patch notes because of the most devastating impact news usually brings us. Ubisoft and Massive have so far done a great job keeping the anger down, and like I said before, this patch is mostly good news, so let's get ahead and hop on it. First, let's start with characters, weapons, talents, skills, and loot. First big one of the day is about named enemies. All enemies will drop better loot in challenge mode than in hard mode, because thank goodness I was just complaining about this today. I had all purples and 1 yellow drop in my dailies, and then when I beat challenge, 3 blues. WTF. So the next big one, named NPCs will no longer respawn after being killed in the open world. Sorry, Bullet King. No matter what people are saying, once you kill him, no matter if someone kills you right after that, as soon as that named NPC is dead, he is dead for good. Now moving on to the next fix, and it's a big one. It's about the special weapon talent called Trained. In submachine guns like the Midas, it used to be able to repeatedly get your signature skill back over and over again. The quick fix was to completely shut it off for the time being, but they have now issued a long-term fix. So what is it? Well, the talent Trained can now only be rolled on shotguns, marksman rifles, and pistols. The original random bolus of 1 to 5% extra signature skill per kill replacement is now nerfed to a constant 0.1%, 0.01%. So for all of you out there who have the Midas, your Trained talent has been replaced with Responsive. Responsive increases damage when getting closer to the target. For all other submachine guns, light machine guns, and assault rifle that had Trained, it'll now be replaced with another randomly generated talent. Now those are the big ones in the gameplay category. Now a few quick ones that are worth mentioning. Seeker Mines fixed an issue where Seeker Mines would explode too early or deal no damage. And have you ever just been browsing for new weapon mods and damage just seems to be off or not right? Well, there was a bug in the DPS calculation. This has also been fixed. A couple of other bugs like characters being stuck in emote animations, grenade blast indicators, experience not being given for completing side missions in the Midtown East Safe House, and like mods, weapon skins not appearing on weapons, those have all been fixed as well. So moving on ahead, let's talk about the Dark Zone. Now there is a lot of good things being updated in the DZ, and this gets me pretty excited. 1 or 2 things I think should have been left alone, but hey, 9 out of 10 isn't so bad. First up, other players can now heal neutral players in the Dark Zone. Have you ever wanted to kind of team up with random non-team members in the DZ to take down like an asshole rogue? Well, now you can help each other out. First aid grenades and support stations will heal all friendly agents. Fast travel's up next. I hated running to the DZ, but you can now fast travel to any checkpoint within the DZ. You still cannot fast travel while in the Dark Zone to a checkpoint, but anywhere in the open world, you can move on from there. Now, it beats teleporting to the subway morgue and running the rest away, so a good job on that, Ubisoft. A few new things that you as a player can expect are items. Agents who die in the Dark Zone now drop medkits, ammo, and grenades. You will also lose less experience and Dark Zone funds when you die. This goes for being a rogue as well as non-rogue agents. Well, while we're on the topic, speaking of rogue, they have increased the amount of funds and experience you gain from surviving your rogue status, and they have also increased the amount of funds and experience gain from killing a rogue. So they got buffed on both ends there. They also fixed the timer issue on rogues when receiving damage from other players. Apparently it wasn't calculating it right. So I think it was only on the level 1 rogues. I'm not quite sure about that. But they did fix that. So let's move on to what really matters, that DZ loot. Phoenix credits have been increased on all level 31 and 32 enemies in the Dark Zone. If you kill a level 30 enemy, it randomly drops 1 to 3 credits. Level 31, 2 to 4, and level 32 is 3 to 5. This will stack up very, very quickly, y'all. Now, to me, this next big is the best news out of the entire patch. Now, you ready? I said, are you ready? Increased freaking drop rates of high-end items from level 31 and 32 named NPCs in the Dark Zone. Sweet! No more killing 10 bosses for 1 yellow. I can't wait to jump in and see what the new drop rates are like. And don't y'all leave just yet, because there is still more good news to go. They increased the drop rates of high-end division tech from level 32 named NPCs, and let's not forget about those DZ chests. Both chests are now worth picking up. All of those rank 30 Dark Zone chests, which are the ones you can open without a key, will drop purple superior items instead of those crusty blues, and Dark Zone key chests now have a chance to drop high-end gold items. I don't know about you all, but this is probably one of the best patch notes that I have ever had the pleasure of reading. Now, there are some smaller things to mention, like the Talon's Wildfire and Fear tactics were causing some neutral agents to go rogue. This is now fixed and will only apply to hostile enemies. Also, the turret and its Zapper perk could sort of stunlock enemies in PvE and PvP. The stunning effect now has a cooldown and will only stunlock an opponent every so often, not the entire time. Now, the rest of the fixes are all pretty much just user interface stuff, like audio fixes for simultaneous sounds and when they cut off. A lot of graphic changes, like neon signs now cast volumetric light along with stop signs. But that's pretty much it, man. I mean, well, that's all the important things that are worth mentioning. So was that awesome or what? Now, I'm glad they are so responsive in their fixes and patches. It makes the community feel like they really give a damn about their mistakes. But to quote a line, that's all she wrote. Like I said, if you want to read the patch notes for yourself, click this link right now. Go ahead, just click it. The video's almost over anyway. If you have annotations on, this will direct you right to the site where you can read all about it. But that's it for me, guys. I finally have my capture card sorted out. Tomorrow is Destiny Raid Night, and I will be there live on Twitch for real this time, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern. I usually do a few nightfalls before jumping into the raid. So if any of you out there have an Xbox One and feel like joining me for a few nightfalls, then let's get it done. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow night, but in the meantime, have fun in the Dark Zone, and I hope we all notice these improvements, because nothing beats that sweet sound of a gold drop. Later, guys. I'm glad Monday is. Peace the F out, and until next time, this is your boy Sly. Done, gone, out.
Ammo inbound. Zone B secure.